2 words. It's your boy Domination. This is back in the base. You're gonna do this is how we do Texas, baby. And get again. The Oglepus. Oh, please go get it. Oh, please go get it. Please go get it. Please go get it. It's right back in the basics. You're gonna do this is how we do Texas, baby. Man, $9 back. You know what it is. Real man rise up, fake man rise down. Real man rise up, fake man rise down. Brought to our preacher and preach on. Today's topic we're going to talk about is, I really want to talk about hate groups. And you know what's so funny about hate groups, man? You know, people just be hating on another group for any no typical reason or no reason at all. They just hate anyone. I mean, I had to laugh, man, because let's just talk about these skinheads. A lot of people don't know skinheads came around in 1960s. It came around when the punk rock era, when Sex Pistols in England and United Kingdom, but God Save the Queen and the Clash and you know. That if you don't know God Save the Queen, it's Sex Pistols single, and it's basically they trying to say God Save the Queen. Basically, she don't save her homeland, hometown. She don't give a damn about the poor people, the lower class folks. The poor is excuseless little poor and poor. Excuses class, you know, you could say that much. That if you and then the Clash wrote few songs and there, and I forgot what the songs they singing about. People gotta understand, skinheads is basically it's just a middle class workers. That's all they are. And but really, the shaven heads came from Africa. A lot of people don't know that Europeans did not get down like this. If you go to the European culture days, Europeans, especially if you think of Europeans, you think of the Stone Age, the Iron Age, and medieval and medieval time age, and the Bronze age, or something like the age of man. And age of the years of the God of creative of man. If you had to go back on that, because look at the word Caucasian, and notice they come from the Caucasus Mountain, and they're close to the connection with the Asian. What I'm saying is, Asians and whites are close blood relative brothers, right along with black people is a blood relative of their people. What I'm saying is, it's not to hate anybody, man. I had to laugh, man, because skinheads, man. All they are is represent the middle class. That's all they is. It's just a bunch of underage men just being shiny ball dick-headed of Dickies motherfuckers just getting upset of the whole system of the broke down of their families and broke down of the certain worker paycheck and certain of job creates the crease of the jobs. So that's why they formed this clique, the skinheads. You have to go back. I ain't scared of these dudes, man, because it showed me right there. And what I don't get about Africans, they getting their ass kicked up there in Russia for nothing. I mean, most Africans, they would have peeled off their damn heads. Let it be a black person attack a white person. White person gonna fight back. But what I don't get, why we don't want to fight back. You want to know why? Because we want to be accepted by them. Let it be a good, thoughtful, helpful white person. We'll fuck with them. But the ones who don't like blacks at all, we scared of them folks. I don't get that. I really don't get that. I really don't get that. Just like they would not, just like them, they wouldn't fuck with those so-called nigglets and nigglers. They wouldn't. Those skinheads, come on. Even the mafia, even the of the guerrilla family, the Mexican mafia, they would not fuck with the criminal biker chapter gang with 1% patch on or 1% murder they do. I mean, what I will get, and this brother all the way from Russia making these videos. I mean, don't get me wrong, but he need to be careful up there, man, up there in Russia, because if you look at Russia history, yeah, there was racism going on, and Russia been invaded by France. I don't know what it was, but it was something about conquer those lands just like they do the United Britain. You know, everything has been run by certain of the benefit of wealth of Britain. If you don't believe me, why you think they have a friendship relation between Britain and United States? And not only that, Canada and Mexico. I'm telling you, there's a real reason why these things are going on. I mean, if you look at that, these people been fighting for years, ever since the caveman days. You have to go back to the Iron Age, the Stone Age. If it ain't the Stone Age or Iron Age, or the Burview, something like that, like a BRONZE, yeah, with the age of man. Because they've been told that white men is the first created of men on this planet. And everybody bought into that. But I always wonder why they feature men look like dark Caucasians. See, if you ask a skinhead this question, they could not even answer. That's why they mentally thought of it and deeply meant brain of it confused. They confused. They don't even know they are being lied to just as much as Black Panthers. But they're not trying to hear that. Because if I catch one of them, man, believe me, I will peel back in their fucking heads, man. I mean, it's not right to attack anybody. And believe me, Jewish people would attack those folks right there. They were slaving them. See, these are the people, they fall ever since a false appraisement and false false reinclaimment of Hitler. So you got to see in 1930s, Hitler always believed that Germans are the most powerful of masters of the white race. They thought they was overruling staff that they own, and even blacks, Latino, Asian. I mean, it sounds crazy. Europe been colonized just as much as Africa did, just as much as Asia did, just as much as every other country. But you got to do the scientific math of it, the racism between the Caucasus race, the Negro race, and the Mongol race. I bet you they don't even know this. Even the Black Panthers don't even know this. The only difference between about the white supremacy and the black supremacy, white supremacy, they got everything handed down to them. I mean, they can afford to get things that live the benefit off of so-called white privilege. That's what they believe. But not all white people think like this, because they are human beings just as much my people are human beings. But they need to fight the real ones who been misled of their brain. But see, that's what gets. That's why they need to watch that American History X, especially that seeing that he was a skinhead. And this is the same white dude got fucked in the ass by the same group that he look up to. Skinheads, they in it for themselves just as much as Black Panthers, just as much than any other racial group. I just think it's a racial agenda they trying to push, but trying to separate between black and white. But it's really about separation of control of each group. Whites and blacks control the whites and blacks. They do not give a damn about either one of them. They don't give a fuck about the skinheads, and they damn sure don't give a fuck about the Black Panthers. See, Black Panther was fighting about racist police brutality, but where they messed up at is they bring in this criminal criminal weapon element to bring it to the in the corporate identities of the business aspects, to bring guns in there and start terrorize aided for these politicians. So that's why they orchestrate the Black Panthers, just like the FBI orchestrated of the Ku Klux Klan. Or, you got skinheads and Nation of Islam. I mean, what I don't get about our people, we want to worship Elijah Muhammad. Do y'all forget that Elijah Muhammad was the same man that killed Malcolm X? all because he said something about he been fatherless out all the women that he had, all the babies he had, messing with these underage teen girls. I don't blame him. I would have called him out. At least Malcolm took care of kids by the same woman and not have babies by and start spread the semen and other babies of women is in any other race of men. But one thing I don't get, why people anticipate with this mindset knowing it's a racial agenda, and that's what it is. But the government is all aware of this. They created these skinheads. They can orchestrate to take them out. And the Ku Klux Klan, the Black Panthers, all the rest of them, just like black supremacy is about, they want to show them if they could be racist, we could be racist too. And the so-called white privilege, not white privilege, so-called black privilege. That's what I'm about to say. The black privilege was about we try to win a white people's proven that we can have the same rights as much as whites, for we can live this so-called wealth. The great wealth is great for your health. It had nothing to do with the way you live. But see, people will never get it. They'll never get it. Whites don't get it. Latinos don't get it. Asians don't get it. And even our people still wouldn't get it. And that's why but come on. They ain't got to agree with me, but they know. That's where the skinheads came from. Skinheads we came from in the 1960s from England when they were shaving off their heads. But it's the same power mindset Hitler. Man, Hitler ain't did for shit for whites. Just like, Elijah Muhammad ain't done shit for blacks. Man, I don't care if people get offended by this. All it is just trying to divide and conquer. Divide and conquer other races and divide all races and over-conquer them. Over-conquer, rule over them. That's all it is. That's all racism is about. Racism is about economic power, economic status, access and wealth and resource. What it really is about, who bring the most wealth. It's like a competing strategy competed that corporate and corporate element of ladder. That's what it's about. It had nothing to do with white supremacy. It had nothing to do with black supremacy. All it is just a stage act. It's just a form stage act. That just like Professor Griffith's doing and that woman, all this stuff. Have you now noticed it that ever since Obama got in office, that it's people start all this race war all of a sudden? People forget that Obama, his mother is white. People forget that. Whites ain't forget it. They know it. But the thing is, Obama don't have fair skin. That's most whites think like this. If you don't have red dish or a pale white, I'm telling you, it's a sick ass mindset, and they think like this. Just like most our people think that you got to be jet black or pitch black to order to be a pure African, to be endangered and underactive being black and be proactive being black. And I call it pure bullshit, because that's all it is. It's the same pure bullshit. What the white power is, or white power dominancy, and the black power and read the dominancy. That's all it is. That's all it is. And people do their research where these groups are coming from, like skinheads, the Nation of Islam, Black Panthers, Crips and Bloods, Mexican Mafia, and Black Guerrilla Family. And they would have looked all this stuff up. Everything is Adolf the date and Adolf connection. But it's gonna fall. This racism agenda, it's got to stop, because all it's doing is nobody ain't gonna win. But they need to stand up to these motherfuckers out there, especially the ones need to know that they're being used just as much. They need to stand up to these so-called Black Panthers and Nation of Islam. They're being used. They don't give a fuck about either one of them, and need to stand up to the Ku Klux Klan. It's funny. It's funny. I don't believe none of the stuff that what whites are saying, and none of the stuff what my people are saying. You just have to find out the truth from yourself and understand this. Don't fall for this racial literacy bullshit, because it's all bullshit. That's all it is. I never believe in racism, but I don't like read say the tone of the racism. But I believe is colorism. That's the number one problem. We just like a box of goddamn crayons that this is how whites look, this is how blacks look, this is how Latinos look, this is how Asians look. Most people do not care. They just live in fear. Africans know it. Whites know it. Europeans know it. Even blacks know it. Everybody knows it. Even the government knows it. See, but see, they the real reason why people are being misled and led them and leading me to the slaughterhouse and being the slaughter of the pig monument and pigment of being slaughtered and and being cough of sheep and sheep of cough of sheep by the pack of feeding impact wolves. They're the real reason why these things are going on. I can't stand even one of them, but that explains it. I ain't afraid of these races. Fuck these races. I hope they go to hell for some of the shit they do and some of the shit they say. You can never be friends with them because you know what? They've been misled, misleadful. They've been misleading, misusement. That's all they are. Same thing they do our people. Same thing they do they people. I'm gonna say this to whites. They can challenge these people. Just like us, we need to challenge our own people because a lot of us are scared, man. I ain't scared of nothing. I ain't scared of darkness because darkness comes from the light. Remember that. I ain't scared. I mean, it's sad that you got a lot of people that hate the Most High, but they really praise of the most low, the most lower earth of this God. And everybody know who God I'm talking about. The God of this world. The fallen of praise of Satan men and Satan men praise. That's all it is. That's all it is. You see it on TV, violence and sex, violence in movies, sex on TV. That's all you see. Look at them, watch that Family Guy and explain the example. See, nothing's changed what goes on in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. The generation X and Y and Z, the millenniums, they fucked up, man. They are really fucked up when it comes to race relationship for other races and other national. Because at the end of the day, white people are the tribe of Jacob. That's all they are. Black people are the tribe of Ham. Asians are the tribe of Shem. And Latinos and Middle East and Native Americans and Samoans and Pacific Alaskan, all these other races come from these original races right there. The Carcass, the Negroid, and the Mongoloids. That's all it is. And that's all I got to say. Speaking for the truth and hold above and see the truth, because what's set the truth, it shall set you free. And that's all I got to say about that. It's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basics. Y'all gonna do how we do text, baby. Until next time, all right? All right. Peace and I'm out.